Unambiguous Black women need to create their own beauty standards. The days of using other women from other groups as the benchmark to measure our own beauty are long gone, and it needs to stop today. We have the resources, especially for those who are in the West, to create our own self-image and our beauty standard. So promoting your self-image and making yourself the beauty standard means that you are creating a space for yourself in society to exist as yourself, your natural self. Other groups of people are copying your fashion and your hairstyles to the point that they are embracing your natural state more than you're embracing it yourself. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity to embrace the fact that your hairstyle is being promoted, many Black women don't see it as a flattery when someone copies their looks. And I can understand why to an extent, because you may feel slighted from not getting the same amount of appreciation, but that's not always the case. Generally speaking, I think it's a form of flattery in my opinion. When someone indirectly copies an unambiguous Black woman, they're putting your phenotype and your features on a pedestal, which actually works in your favor. Another way to start your own beauty standard is by looking at your favorite facial features about yourself, and even taking a note of your most complimented features and begin enhancing them. So for instance, if you love your natural 4C hair, you can embrace and enhance your hair by adding hair accessories like bows, jewelry, flowers, or even growing it longer. Hairstyles that frame your face. And if you have shorter hair and you want to make it longer, or you prefer the longer look, you can always add in type for hair clips, which look like your hair texture. For instance, yaki or kinky straight if you prefer the blown out or straighter look, or add kinky curly clip-ins if you prefer the curly hair, or even kinky textured sew-ins are a good choice if you don't want to apply too much heat on your hair. Or if you don't want to apply heat on your hair at all, you can also try wearing type for textured wigs and weaves. So you see where I'm going with this. You're not making changes to look as far away as possible from your actual phenotype and genetic makeup. You're enhancing what you already have. And that's the aim of the game in creating these beauty standards. Another way you can promote your self-image is by complimenting other unambiguous Black women on the same facial features that you have. If one of your favorite facial features about yourself is your broad nose, compliment another unambiguous Black woman on her broad nose too. And of course, you can compliment other facial features too, because as part of creating your own beauty standard, you need to also embrace our diverse facial features that exist amongst unambiguous Black women. A common misconception people have is that they assume that unambiguous Black people all have broad, round, larger facial features. And there is definitely a lot of truth in that. So it's not entirely a misconception, but we have to be careful in not alienating Black people or Black women who have smaller and keener features, but who are still unambiguous, because the two can definitely exist. So embracing our diversity in phenotypes and culture creates a space for every unambiguous Black woman to benefit from these newly created beauty standards. Diversity is one of our strongest suits. We are unique individuals with our own personalities and characters. And embracing this and embracing the diversity in our looks as well means that we are allowed to move a lot more freely and fluidly, because we're not fixed on fitting in one specific box. For example, if you have a cottagecore face and then you get bored of it and then you move on to a more gothic aesthetic, It's not going to be a surprise because it's expected for you to change when you want and feel like it. Enjoy embracing other unambiguous Black women's cultures, whether it's Caribbean cultures, African cultures, Black American culture, the whole nine. Appreciation is equal to admiration. Also begin to follow online creators and business owners that look like you and support. If you repost, share, and like their content, that's a way of supporting them. So now we're leaning into the more economical side of things. So by supporting these business owners, you're putting your money into businesses that reflect you physically and mentally. And that's another way of promoting your self-image. By supporting makeup brands created by dark-skinned, unambiguous Black women or unambiguous Black women in general means that you are making yourself the beauty standard because you are investing in making yourself look better by investing in the source that is centering you. And you're also indirectly helping others to do so as well by increasing their sales and helping their businesses make more profit to produce more of the makeup that is suited for you. This will also fix the makeup struggle that many Black women face of not being able to get access to the right foundation shade, color lipsticks, or dark enough lip liners. Their products will become more accessible for other unambiguous Black women as a result of the increased support from unambiguous Black women who are putting into these businesses. And of course, you should always expect great quality from every service you pay for, regardless of skin tone. So I'm not saying you should accept subpar or below average customer service just because someone looks like you. No, that's not what I'm saying. Following YouTube channels as well and Instagram pages that focus on similar topics centered around unambiguous Black women, specifically uplifting unambiguous dark-skinned Black women, will make the algorithm push similar content on YouTube for other unambiguous Black women to see as well, and also other groups of people to get insight, for them to get an insight into our world and our experiences. If you're an unambiguous Black woman with a YouTube channel or Instagram page or any social media page for that matter, please share it in the comment section so we can all support you. Another form of self-promotion and forming your own beauty standards is to separate yourself from self-destructive Black women. I'm talking about Black women who constantly complain about being undesirable and they're doing nothing about it. They're making their whole undesirability as a Black woman as their brand. I'm also talking about the Black women who center their content around solely other groups of women. The Black women who don't want to find solutions and would rather wallow in self-pity. The Black women who discourage you from enhancing your natural beauty. For instance, those Black women who say that wearing braids and wearing your natural hair makes you look childish. The Black women who make the male gaze, especially the Black male gaze, their sole reason of existence. They might as well build a whole shrine to worship these men. The Black women who worship other races of men, white men especially. The Black women who copy other races of women while still talking crap about them. Those types of Black women, to stay far, far away from them. They will definitely ruin your online and offline reputation if you keep them around. And as well, they will negatively affect your progress if you keep them around. You can't bring everyone on this journey of self-development and in this creation of new beauty standards for Black women. Otherwise, you will be dragged down to their level. And we all know their level is essentially the pits of hell. Instead, look to make friendships with like-minded Black women, unambiguous Black women, dark-skinned women who are into improving themselves physically and mentally should be who you should be befriending. This is why we need our own separate spaces. Not all Black women are your friends and want the best for you. So it's paramount that you only put your energy into a Black women who are on the same wavelength as you. This leads me onto the point about making allies with people who accept and embrace your natural self. Your allies, in my opinion, should look like the United Nations. I'm talking about making friendships, acquaintances, and connections with people from different races, mixes, and cultural backgrounds. Anyone is capable of helping you, and there's no need to make enemies out of people until they have proven themselves to be enemies. I've had many non-Black people help me in my life just as much as Black people have helped me in my life. And when I talk about making friendships that benefit you, this may sound a bit transactional, but in pretty much every type of relationship, if not all of them, you are always giving and taking. Both parties are always giving and taking. So whatever you're getting back, make sure it's beneficial. Having people from all over the world as your allies is a good move. You can rub shoulders with people from different industries who can help you get certain jobs. This will then increase your visibility in your chosen industry. For example, Black women make up a very small minority in the STEM field. And the STEM field is a highly respected field. And having more unambiguous dark-skinned Black women working in these type of fields will also elevate our social status and socioeconomics as well as elevating our phenotype. If there are many unambiguous dark-skinned Black women in these well-respected fields, people will slowly but surely associate unambiguous Black women, especially dark-skinned women, with a perceived higher social status. South Asians and other African communities have been able to do this because a lot of their parents encourage their children to study in lucrative fields like medicine. When you think of an Indian or a Nigerian and the careers that they're typically associated with, your mind most likely goes to thinking about medicine, dentistry, engineering, and law. So taking a leaf out of that book by entering spaces where you're not usually seen, but you can excel in, will boost your first impression because of that perceived prestigiousness that people attach to you and your phenotype when you are in a field as such. Having diverse friendships and connections will also help you to start your own business. For those entrepreneurs out there, we need more unambiguous, dark-skinned Black women, wedding planners, event planners, other type of entrepreneurs, poets, fashion designers, or even toy designers who can design Barbie dolls that resemble unambiguous Black girls. And then with the connections that you make from your United Nations friendship group or connections, then you'll be able to connect with a manufacturer who will be able to manufacture your designs. And you'll be able to make a profit, while little unambiguous Black girls will be able to build a healthy self-esteem from a young age. Increasing our visibility is a big part of leveraging the currency of beauty, which is ultimately a form of social power. And lastly, some of you lovely ladies will need to get some therapy to start this journey, because you need to be in the right mindset to implement these methods without self-sabotaging yourself. So these are some of the ways that we can begin to create our own beauty standards for us unambiguous Black women, us unambiguous dark-skinned Black women. Comment down below what are the ways we can practice to achieve this and create our own beauty standards. See you in the next one.